Hey friends, Dr. Harry here from the Medicine Revive. So if you look at your past week, how many times have you shifted a task around? Or worse yet, how many times did you delay doing something that you really want to do for yourself until, well, later, or the dreaded when I get time? You, my friend, are not alone. So how do you get more time to do the things that are important to you? Well, time blocking is your answer. Once you harness the power of time blocking, you will seemingly bend time so you can be the master of the clock rather than letting it control you. Now you may ask yourself, well, how bad is it? Well, think back to your typical day. You've undoubtedly had to navigate and click your way through countless clicks in the electronic medical record to find the information that you're looking for. Maybe. Or better yet, and if you're anything like me, you're probably doing this while calling a patient with one hand and trying to eat with your other hand and trying to dictate with your third hand that you don't have. If this sounds familiar, I've been there too. But every day we are involved in this elaborate juggling performance, this circus performance, if you will, to complete competing demands on our time, only to experience more chaos and frankly more work. Frustrated, you feel hurried, helpless, and sometimes like a failure. A failure because you didn't complete all your charting, or a failure because you didn't spend enough time with the patient you felt needed more time because you had to complete some administrative task. I've been there too. You may feel guilty or saddened that you didn't make it to your child's hockey game or musical performance because you simply, ran out of hours in the day to get it all done. According to a recent Anatomy of Work Index study, 32% of people cited not being able to disconnect from work as the top factor, resulting in their burnout. Additionally, 26% of all deadlines were missed in 2020. You may be wondering, well, how can this be? I thought technology was supposed to help us with our time management. Well, it turns out that might be the problem. So, what exactly is time blocking? Time blocking is a way to manage your time where you schedule or block off every part of your day. Now, to be effective, it has to be every part. Now, at first glance, you may feel this can be overwhelming as you can't possibly know every aspect of your day. Rest assured, we'll get into the details as we go through this video, as well as I'll give you access to a free template to get it all done. It's relatively straightforward, but when you do it consistently, you'll unlock a world of time that you can reclaim so you can focus on your most important goals and your vision. There's a quick quote that says a 40-hour time-blocked work week, I estimate, produces the same amount of output as a 60-plus hour work week pursued without structure. And that's from Cal Newport. So time blocking is for you if you routinely juggle multiple responsibilities, i.e. patients, at the same time, or battling constant interruptions throughout your day. Hello, emergency physician here. Or you spend too much time doing administrative tasks such as answering emails or text messages. Or how about if you can't find enough time to work on your goals or your aspirations? Then time blocking is for you. At its core, time blocking asks you to divide your day into blocks of time toward completing a specific task and only that task. Rather than keeping a list of to-do items in your head and trying to check them off as you think of them, time blocking focuses on creating a time block to do one thing at a time and shutting off the rest until that block comes up. So we're talking about 5 powerful time blocking tips to achieve more in less time. So people often ask me why I even bother with such a seemingly detailed amount of planning. Well, the answer is quite simple. My old way wasn't working. I was constantly in reactive mode. I was reacting to someone else's schedule rather than coordinating or controlling mine. There's no wonder why I was not achieving any goals that I had set for my family or myself as I was helping others achieve their goals. Now, I can understand that you feel that much of your day is scheduled for me, such as patient appointments and in meetings, but in truth, you have far more time than you think, and I'll help you get there. So the first thing you have to do is you start with your core 4. Your core 4, your top 4 priorities that must get done for that day and for that week. And this can be something related to a goal you are trying to accomplish or a step that needs to be completed to make progress on a weekly or a long-term goal. If you lose sight of your core 4, your day will be filled with somebody else's urgent requests that are important to him but not to you. Time blocking a time to complete your core 4 is the first and the most important step to your overall day's plan. It's the foundation of which everything else gets scheduled around. A word of caution though, keep the items on your core 4 narrow and specific. It should be a task that takes no longer than 2 hours to complete. Second thing, friends, is schedule your most important work in the morning. You and your mind are most active in the morning. Your ability to focus and tackle challenging tasks is greatest in the first several hours of the day. And this is one of the many reasons sleep is so vital for our minds and body. It rejuvenates and it recharges us. Take this time to do your most important and creative work. You will be the most productive. According to David Rock, author of Your Brain at Work, states this concept perfectly. Studies show that each task you do tends to make you less effective at the next task. And this is especially true for high energy tasks like self-control or decision making. So distractions really take their toll. Third thing, friends, is group common tasks together. I break up common tasks into analog and digital. For example, when I answer emails, which I do twice a day only, or post on social media, I consider this digital. I'm doing tasks that don't require much of my mental bandwidth on the computer, so I block them together. Whereas when I'm doing deep work, writing, reading, or exercise, that is an analog task, and I group them near each other on the day's plan. This work great for meetings too. If you are a leader in your organization with several meetings with your team throughout the day, group your meetings together. There's an app called Clockwise. Use Clockwise to help you and your team block time together and to gain even more time. And it's a free app and it's fantastic. It looks at you and your team's calendars and designs an ideal day. And it uses AI to automatically configure a day around everyone's schedule to provide a day where everyone will be most productive. Companies such as Netflix, Twitter, and DoorDash use Clockwise. Fourth tip, friends, is don't be too rigid. Even the best schedules have unanticipated interruptions. This is quite normal, so you want to anticipate these so they don't derail you. Have buffers in your time blocker schedule. You can label this flexible time in your schedule if you prefer. I found that 30 minutes every 4 hours or so to be my sweet spot, but find out what works best for you. The most important thing to remember when an unanticipated interruption occurs is of higher importance than what you are working on. The tendency is that this interruption will bleed into another unplanned interruption that derails your day. Remember the Eisenhower matrix I've spoken about. Ask yourself, is this interruption urgent and important? And if not, then reconsider interrupting your schedule. Fifth tip, friends, is time block personal time. This to me is one of the most important and yet overlooked aspects of time blocking. We get into a groove and find that time block magically gives us time back. We are completing tasks on time or even early and reaching the milestones we have set for ourselves. But time block isn't just a place to organize your most important tasks. It's a place to schedule your personal time too. So as I mentioned before, if it's not scheduled, it simply will not get done. From the weekly meeting with your spouse or the daily morning ritual. Give yourself breaks in the day for a nap. Yes, really a nap. A walk around the block, stretch and reflection or breathing. You may at first glance find this unnecessary, but it serves two purposes. First, it assures that it will get done. And secondly, it is something to look forward to as you're charging through your day. So I'm going to give an example of time blocking. Everyone's calendar and responsibilities are different. So I'm going to give you a screenshot again. Take a look at just below this video of my time block for the week. And just below that, you're going to see another video walking you through how I do it. Now, if you prefer to do this on paper or analog, there's going to be another button below where you can click and you'll be able to download a free template. Start time blocking today, though, friends. Give time blocking a try for 3 weeks. Be diligent with filling your blocks in and adjusting as needed, but stick with it for 3 weeks and you will see a change. You'll see a shift in yourself. Your friends and your family and colleagues will wonder how you seem to be operating at a different, faster, and more efficient pace. Productivity will only soar, but it'll also help you start achieving your goals at a pace you could not have even imagined. So let's get started, friends. Again, print your free template that I've given you and follow along with the video, or if you want to open up a screen on your Google Calendar, you can follow along with me because I'm so excited for you. Again, make sure you comment below on what's worked for you and what hasn't worked for you. And friends, if you find this useful, make sure you share it with 3 of your friends. So until next time, friends, be good to yourself and each other. We'll talk again soon and enjoy time blocking. It's going to give you 5, if not 10 more hours more in your week. So have a great time with it. We'll talk again soon. Bye.